Hey everybody, welcome back to my unprocessed life. I'm headed out of work and going to do some grocery shopping. Yep, I've got to go get some water and another case of bananas. Today is day 4 of my pound of greens a day challenge reboot. That's a lot of words. Anyway, so for any of you that may be watching this video and don't know what's going on with that, when I talk about that, what I decided to do was challenge myself to have a pound of greens a day for 31 days. And I started it once a couple weeks ago and failed pretty miserably at it, actually. I think I got maybe 5 days through or 6 days through, and then I missed a day, and then I got back on and did another day, and then I missed a couple more days. So I just rebooted the whole thing. That's why the reboot's on the end of that. And I started this last Monday, and today's Thursday, and I have had a pound of greens every day since then. And basically, I usually put them in smoothies to make it a little bit easier. And using spinach has helped. The first time I did it with collard greens, man. But I talk about that in some other videos, so you can go check those out if you want to hear my experience with that. But I'm excited because I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I am feeling a little bit better. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had some really massive weight loss for a week. I don't expect it to continue on, but it does feel good, you know, to know that you're heading in the right direction, to have some indicators that you're heading in the right direction. So just the fact that I've lost some pounds this week is really kind of a motivating factor. It helps me stay a little bit more in tune to what I'm trying to do. I know I've got a number of corporate events coming up, and so I don't think I finished explaining. So the idea was to make sure that I get a pound of greens a day, no matter how I do it, whether it's salads or smoothies or whatever. Dark leafy greens, leafy greens, romaine lettuce, kale, spinach, collard greens, those things. That is what I need to do. Now, it's not a raw challenge. It is, I am trying to stay raw so that I can heal my body, but that's not part of my challenge. So as long as I get my pound of greens a day, I'll feel like I have fulfilled that challenge, and that is what I'm trying to do, because the greens, as I understand it, will try to help give my body what it needs to get healthier, and that's really the idea behind it more than anything else. Additionally, on top of that, I'm also attempting to try to stay raw and eat just raw foods for that month, and in hopes that will help fix some other health issues, as well, or at least help with the process. So I'm trying to do that in lockstep with the pound of greens a day challenge, but they're kind of separate. So just a heads up on that, if you get confused where I talk about eating cooked food or something like that, that's why. But I've been pretty successful to this point, with the exception of like the supplements that I take and the protein powder that I put in my smoothies to make sure that I have a good amino acid profile. Other than that, which I use Vega protein and greens, in case you're curious what I use. Other than that, pretty much everything I've had so far has been raw. It's been a challenge. There's been a couple times where I was like, man. But I've been able to stave off the excess hunger if I was out of food and I needed, by either drinking a bunch of water or some coconut water, something like that, just to kind of hold me over for another 30 minutes or an hour till I can get somewhere where I can find what I needed. And so that's I'm feeling pretty good about that. I've done pretty well the last 4 days. And if you've never attempted to go raw before, then you may not understand how challenging it is. When you eat cooked food for so long, and we all do, well, not everybody, but when we're growing up, most of us do. Most of us have. And I grew up, my family actually was what we would consider fairly healthy as I was a child. From the time I was born until about 8 years old, we ate really, really clean. Mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she always made breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And my snacks were fruit, dried fruit, granola, things like that. Everything. The typical, I guess, probably typical hippie sort of scenario back in the 70s. So, I was brought up eating really clean, even if it wasn't vegan or what I would consider to be the ideal healthy diet now, which is evolving in my perspective as time goes on, because I'm always learning about different things that make that help your body be as good as it can be, and that's another argument for another day. I don't want to get into all that as far as vegan versus non-vegan, cooked versus non-raw, low-fat raw vegan, high-fat. I don't want to get into all that today, but I'm trying to find the optimal diet for a number of things, and health is the number one thing. And I know that as I lose weight, that also impacts the health goals. So it's important for me to at least consider both. I didn't get out to exercise today. I did yesterday. Excuse me. I didn't today though. So I think I've only got about another 500 calories or so to eat for the day to kind of keep me right around 2,000. And I like, the weight loss is good and so forth, but I want to make sure that I'm fed. So, let's see, where was I going with all that? So I wanted to make sure everybody knew what the Pound of Greens a Day challenge was. I wanted everybody to know that I'm not saying that I'm, totally committing to raw for the rest of my life or any of that kind of stuff. Just that I'm trying to do that because I think it will help me heal. And I'm trying to make sure that I've been such a 100% teetotaler my entire life. I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it 100% of the way, all the time, balls to the wall, 100% or nothing. That it's quite a learning process for me not to do that, to take things in smaller steps and try to meter out where I'm going. And so that's something that I'm working on for me as well. Excuse me. I've been doing pretty well at making sure that everything's on Instagram for you. So it may be a little repetitive because, well, I'm eating smoothies and bananas. So there you go. So if you want to see pictures of things that I eat in a day that I don't forget to post, then go over to my Instagram account. And you can find that at myunprocessed.life. And of course, if you want to, comment down below on the videos, and I'll respond to those as best I can. You can email me at myunprocessedlife@gmail.com. And if you like the videos, make sure you click the like button and give me some Google love. Also, if you want to know when new videos come out, hit the subscribe button, because you never know when new videos are going to come out. I'm as likely to do 2 a day as I am, 4 a day. Well, no, I'm more likely to do 2 a day, but sometimes I do 4 a day, sometimes I do 1, sometimes I do none. So if you want to be notified, you want to know when a new video comes out, hit the subscribe button. As always, thank you. Thank you for spending time with me, for hanging out and spending time with me. I know that your time is really valuable. I know that because my time is really valuable. And I know that you got a lot of choices, a lot of people that you could watch and hang out with. And the fact that you spend 5 or 10 minutes with me a day, or sometimes longer, is very humbling. So thank you. I just want to say thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I really appreciate it. And it makes my day. So thank you. I will see you again real soon, probably tomorrow morning on my way to work. And until then, y'all have a really great day, and I will see you again real soon on My Unprocessed Life.